Okay, guys, so we're still going to continue with scale factor today. So with scale factor, this one we're still going to do the same exact thing. This time we're going to add fractions into it. And I know you guys that those dreaded fractions, but you're always going to see a fraction. So you need to make sure you know how to deal with it with fractions, okay? So just like yesterday with the whole numbers and decimals, it's going to be the exact same steps, except for you're going to have some fractions thrown in there, and you may have to worry about how to set up those fractions. The fraction may be in your actual assignment, it may be in your actual question, or it may be the answer. Okay, so we need to know how to deal with the fraction as the numbers we're dealing with, and how to find the fraction as an answer. Okay, so always, like we said, set up your proportion and then cross multiply and divide. And then for fractions, if you see fractions, place the fraction in the proportion like it was a whole number. So instead of 3, like if I put this, let me see. So instead of putting a 3 on top, I would put if it said 1/3, I'd put it right on top, okay? And then I'd put whatever goes down on the bottom, 4. So 1/3 of a centimeter equals 4 inches, okay? So that's how we would do it. So just put it in exactly like that. Why is it not erasing? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Anyways, so, and then you multiply or divide using your fraction operation step. So remember, if I'm dividing, we do KCF, keep, change, flip, to do that. Or you can do TIBO to change it into a decimal if you would like. Okay. So let's see. Why is this not erasing? It's not erasing. Okay. So let's go back here. Okay. So Meredith is making a scale drawing of her bedroom. So she's making a scale drawing, okay? So that means scale factor. Remember, that means we got to set up her proportion. Okay, so I'm going to write out the proportion. It's not working today, guys. Okay, so I'm going to write a proportion. She's making a scale drawing of her bedroom. In the scale drawing, the length of her bedroom is 3 inches. So scale is inches. I'm going to write it in the middle because I know that's how you do it with Miss Marinsky. Okay, so 3 inches. Okay, if she is using a scale factor of 1/4 of an inch, represents 1 foot. Oops, look at, I flipped it. We don't want to do it that way. Okay, represents 1 foot, so I know feet are on top. So I'm going to put 1 foot is 1/4 of an inch. Okay, I'm trying to find what is the actual length of her room. So that's where my X goes. So we're going to multiply. Okay. So then we're going to do multiply the two that don't have the X. 3 times 1. 3 times 1 is 3, right? Okay, and then I'm going to divide by the one with the X. Divide by 1/4. Okay, so remember when we're dealing with fractions, if there's a whole number, it's always going to be over 1, right? Okay, so now here I want to do keep, change, flip. So I keep the first one, I change the sign to multiplication, and I flip the second one. Okay, so I'm going to keep it as 3 over 1, so I'm going to write it over here up top. 3 over 1. I'm going to change from division to multiplication. Okay, and then I'm going to flip 1 over 4, so it's 4 over 1. Okay, so 3 times 4 is 12, and 1 times 1 is 1. So 12 divided by 1 is 12. So that means the actual bedroom is 12 feet long. Okay, and that one is easy. It came out as a whole number, so I just had to multiply, and it came out as a whole number. Okay, let's see if it erases this time. Yay! It just didn't want to on the last screen. Okay, like always, we're going to do another one. This one might be a little bit harder, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay. So this time, let's go on. Let's see. The distance between city A and city B on a map is 4 1/4 centimeters. Okay, so I have centimeters. And that's 4 1/4. So I'm going to write it just like that, 4 1/4. If the map is using a scale of a half a centimeter, represents 3 kilometers. So I have kilometers on top, see, and centimeters on bottom. So this says half a centimeter. So I put half on the bottom. Represents 3 kilometers. So 3 kilometers is on top. Okay. What is the actual distance between the two cities? Okay. So we want to find in kilometers the actual distance. And then that's 4 1/4 centimeters on the bottom. Okay. So we're going to multiply. So the 2 I multiply, remember, are the ones that don't have the x. So 4 1/4. So I'm going to start up here. 4 1/4 times 3. Okay, so there are a couple of ways you can do this. You can change this into a improper fraction, which is what I like to do. Remember our Texas method. So we do 4 times 4 plus 1. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16 plus 1 is 17. So I'm going to do 17 over 4 times 3 over 1, because that's a whole number, so it's always over 1. So I'm going to do it over 1. Okay, 17 times 3 is, let's look at 3 times 7 is 1. 21, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. So it'd be 51 over 4. Okay. The other way you could do it is do 3 times 4, which is 12, and then 3 times 1/4, which is 3 over 4. Okay. And they are the same thing, because that would be 48, 49, 50, 51. Okay. So those are the two things. So you can do that. I like changing it into improper fraction because then it makes the division easier, because I already have it as a fraction. And then I'm going to divide by the one that is with the x, which is 1/2. Okay. So remember, keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep this as 51 over 4, and I'm going to erase it right here. And I'm going to change this to multiplication. And I'm going to change this to 2 over 1. Okay. So we're going to multiply and do 2 over 1. 51 times 2. 51, times 2 is 102. Over 4 times 1 is 4. Okay. And that's all we have to do. And then I'm going to put it back into mixed number form. Okay. Because it won't have it as an improper fraction as your answer. So let me erase this so we can do some division. Okay. So remember, when it's a fraction, that just means we're dividing. 102 divided by 4. And remember what TIBO is? Top in. So the top goes inside the box. Bottom out. TI, top in. BO, bottom out. So the 4 goes on the outside. Okay, so 4 goes into 10 twice, because 4 times 2 is 8. And then 10 minus 8 is 2. Bring down that last 2. 4 goes into 22 5 times, because that's 4 times 5 is 20. 22 minus 20 is 2. And then that's where I'm going to stop, because as a fraction, remember, I put this, my remainder, over my what I divided by to get my fraction, 2 over 4. And then I can reduce that. 2 over 4, you divide each by 2, and you get 1/2. So my answer is 25.5 kilometers. Okay? And that's all there is to it, guys. Let me exit out of this. And your assignment is on boom cards. Okay. So if we go to boom cards, and it's going to be exactly the same. Oh, I can't do it there. Okay. I think I have it open over here. Let me check. Okay. So boom cards. Okay. Make me log in again. Okay. Sorry, I didn't have it set up, guys. So I made a deck of boom cards. Okay, it's going to be the same thing, scale factor and blueprints, okay? And all you do, set up your proportion. Madge created a scale drawing for her math classroom. In the scale drawing, the length of the classroom is 6 inches. The length of the actual classroom is 27 feet. Which scale did she? So I'm going to do inches over feet, okay? And then I'm going to figure out how much does 1 inch worth? How much is, I'm going to see how those compare to each other, okay? So I know 6 does not go into 27 evenly. So I know it's not going to be the one that has the whole number on it. Okay. So you just got to compare and find it. Okay. If you have questions, let me know. There's only 10 questions on this card set. So you don't have too much to go through. And you guys can always go back and redo it to get a better grade on it and to boost your grade. Okay. I hope you guys are having a great day. Continue to have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.